Do you ever feel tripped up by English phrasal verbs, like pick up, drop off, or run into? These little verb particle combos can leave even advanced learners scratching their heads. But here's the good news. Once you master them, you'll sound way more natural and fluent. Ready to level up your English with phrasal verbs? Let's dive in. In this lesson, we'll use the shadowing technique to help you recognize common phrasal verbs in conversation, practice pronouncing and using them naturally, and to boost your confidence so you can sound more fluent in daily life. I'll say a line and then pause so you can repeat. Focus on my intonation, rhythm, and where I place stress in each phrase. Let's get started with a quick warm-up. In our warm-up today, we'll do a pronunciation drill with phrasal verbs we'll use in today's lesson. Repeat after me. Pick up. Turn down. Look forward to. Run into. Awesome. Now let's dive into our first set of phrasal verbs. We'll start with some phrasal verbs you hear all the time in casual conversations. I'll say each one with a simple sentence. Listen first, then repeat after me. We'll do it twice. Pick up. Pick up. Here's the example sentence. Could you pick up some milk on your way home? Could you pick up some milk on your way home? Number 2. Drop off. Drop off. Here's the example. I need to drop off this package at the post office. I need to drop off this package at the post office. Number 3. Run into. Run into. Here's the example sentence. I ran into an old friend at the supermarket yesterday. I ran into an old friend at the supermarket yesterday. Number 4. Turn down. Turn down. Here's the example. He turned down the job offer because it was too far away. He turned down the job offer because it was too far away. Number 5. Look for. Look for. Here's the example. I'm looking for my keys. Have you seen them? I'm looking for my keys. Have you seen them? Notice how the particle, like up, off, into, down, or for, affects the meaning of the verb. Also, pay attention to the stress. Sometimes we stress the particle, sometimes the verb, depending on the context. Phrasal verbs often have multiple meanings or can be used in different contexts. Let's practice a few more, focusing on slightly different uses. Number 1. Take off. Take off. One meaning of this phrase can mean to remove clothing. Here's the example. Please take off your shoes before entering. Please take off your shoes before entering. Another meaning for this phrase can mean to leave quickly or depart. Here's the example. He had to take off early to catch his flight. He had to take off early to catch his flight. Number 2. Break down. Break down. One meaning for this phrase can mean to stop working. Here's the example. My car broke down on the highway. My car broke down on the highway. Another meaning for this phrase can mean to get upset emotionally. Here's the example. She broke down in tears when she heard the news. She broke down in tears when she heard the news. Now let's use these phrasal verbs back to back in a mini dialogue. First, just listen. I'm sorry, but I need to take off now. My car broke down this morning, so I'm running late. No worries, I understand. Good luck getting it fixed. Now I'll go line by line and you shadow after me. I'm sorry, but I need to take off now. My car broke down this morning, so I'm running late. No worries, I understand. Good luck getting it fixed. Let's put some of these phrasal verbs into a short conversation. I'll read it at a natural pace first. Just listen and see which phrasal verbs you catch. Then we'll break it down for shadowing. Hey, could you pick up some snacks when you drop off your sister at the station? Sure, I'll look around for some healthy options. Anything specific you want? Not really, just don't forget to stock up on drinks. By the way, did you run into Sam yesterday? Yeah, I ran into him at the park. He said he might come over later. Perfect, I can't wait to hang out. Now I'll go line by line, so listen carefully, then repeat after me. Hey, could you pick up some snacks? When you drop off your sister at the station? Sure, I'll look around for some healthy options. Anything specific you want? Not really. Just don't forget to stock up on drinks. By the way, did you run into Sam yesterday? Yeah, I ran into him at the park. He said he might come over later. Perfect. I can't wait to hang out. Phrasal verbs sound more natural when you join words together and use the right stress. Let's do a quick drill focusing on linking and intonation. Try to mimic that connected sound instead of saying each word too separately. Try thinking of these phrasal verbs as one word, but there's a little bit of stress at the end. For example, number 1, pick up. When using this into a sentence, it could sound like this: pick up. Could you pick up some milk on your way home? Number 2, drop off. In a sentence, it would sound like drop off. For example, I need to drop off this package. Notice how these two phrasal verbs we just went over sound like one word, but there's a little bit of stress at the end? Number 3, look for. When linking these two words together, it often sounds like look for. For example, I'm looking for my phone. Phrasal verbs can be challenging, but once you master that flow of linking them together, you'll sound like a native in no time. Ask yourself, am I stressing the correct part of the phrasal verb, like pick up, drop off? Are the words flowing together smoothly when I speak? Can I hear each phrasal verb within a sentence and understand it quickly? If anything feels off or too fast, rewind and practice more. The key is repetition until it feels natural. Let's wrap up with a final challenge. I'll read an extended monologue that uses a bunch of phrasal verbs. First, just listen, then we'll shadow line by line. Yesterday was so busy. I woke up late and had to rush out the door. I picked up a coffee on my way to work, then dropped off a package at the post office. By the time I got home, I was so tired I just passed out on the couch. Now let's shadow it together. Yesterday was so busy. I woke up late and had to rush out the door. I picked up a coffee on my way to work, then dropped off a package at the post office. By the time I got home, I was so tired I just passed out on the couch. If you want an extra challenge, try shadowing in real time without pauses after you've practiced. Awesome job today! You've learned some of the most common phrasal verbs and practiced using them in everyday contexts. Remember, phrasal verbs often change meaning based on the particle. Pronunciation and stress are crucial for sounding natural, and repetition is key. Don't be afraid to practice these over and over. Here's a quick homework assignment. Pick 3 new phrasal verbs you learned, then use each of them in your own sentence or mini story. Then record yourself saying those sentences and listen back for connected speech and intonation. I hope you're feeling a bit more confident with phrasal verbs now. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and share it with your friends and family who are also learning English. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on new lessons. I post content like this every day.